Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, Mark's going to show us two of the projects that he's managing from HMOs, from 3-bed to a 5-bed and a 4-bed to a 6-bed.
So this is going to be the first bedroom, nice big open space. We've got the ensuite that's going to be coming in here. At the moment we've got all of the fire alarm system, all of the actual lights for the bedroom and stuff like that getting installed. Floorboards are up, waste pipes are in for all of the en-suites and stuff. So building control have already signed off all of this work now, so all we've got to do is insulate all of the ceiling, and then we need to fix one layer of sound plasterboard and then another layer of fire protection fireboard, and then yeah, we're going to get the en-suites built, get them kitted out with all of the hardware for the second fixing, and then all it needs is a carpeting, radiator under the window, and this would be a really nice bedroom once it's done.
What will be the rent for this one, do you reckon?
We've based our numbers off of around £500 per room per month, so five rooms should receive about £2.5 a month in income. So this is the closed tank vent system for the hot water. That's going in the cupboard under the stairs, along with all of the consumer unit and all the electrical side of things. This ceiling needs to be overboarded with fire line, plasterboard, new radiators and stuff like that. We've also got Cat 5 socket extensions next to all the plug sockets, so when we put the TVs on the wall, you can connect them straight into, like, we're going to have a giga switch in the cupboard under the stairs. So basically that's going to feed all the internet supplies for all of the actual TVs and laptops and stuff like that, and we've got those in every bedroom. So every tenant now, if they want to work from home, you can just plug your Ethernet cable straight in and you're straight from the router.
Sweet.
So that's good. And kitchen at the moment looks more like a storage house, but at the moment we've got all of the added electrical sockets that we wanted. We're putting spotlights into the ceiling as well. But this kitchen, we are going to keep this and recycle that just for keeping the costs down. All we're going to do is give it a clean and change the tiles just for something a bit more modern, a bit cleaner. But again, this is going to be quite a quick turnaround one, hopefully, on this project. Hoping to be finished and tenanted by Christmas.
Nice. So
yeah, it'll be a quick turnaround, hopefully. So at the moment we've got the waste pipe. This is for all the grey water and for the waste for all of the en-suites. We're going to have it coming down through the building underneath the floor and that. So once that's, we're going to create like a stud wall here, so that's all tucked in behind, and everything, all the pipe work is going to be invisible. This again is going to be a really nice sized bedroom. By the time we've built the ensuite and stuff, there's going to be plenty of living space here. We're going to replace all the glazing because all the glazing panels are thrown. So rather than just rip out all the windows, we'll just replace the actual glass. It's much more
windows are fine, aren't
they? Yeah. So this one used to be where, obviously you can see, there used to be a wall here which was the bathroom and a bedroom. We've knocked it all down. We're going to make it one big room, build the ensuite where you're stood, and then again it's going to be a really nice sized room. The HMO requirements do state that any stud walls that are between a bedroom and a stairway or an exit for the house have to be fireboarded. So we'll be ripping all of this off and replacing it with fireboard just to meet the regs that the council want us to meet. But it's pretty basic. It's just rinse and repeat throughout the whole house, really. So same with the rest of the house. Obviously you're going to have the ensuite in the corner. Utilise all of this space for all the utilities for the waste and all that sort of stuff. Again, really nice bedroom, just need to replace the glazing. We're going to have a workspace here in the corner for the TV and your desk and stuff. Bed's going to go sort of over there against the chimney breast, and this is probably going to be one of the nicer, like larger bedrooms of the property. But the back property is the real big one, so we'll go and have a look at that one. So what we're going to do here, because it has got this, it used to be another bathroom and a bedroom, rather than sort of keep the floor layout, what we're going to do is actually going to knock this down, because this is all just timber stud. Knock this down, and we're going to build a entrance to the bedroom here, and we gain all of that space then in the bedroom, and it sort of saves us an extra 1.5 square metres or something. So this is going to be the biggest room. So you can see it's absolutely huge. By the time we build the ensuite and knock everything through, this is going to be like the grand room of the house. Really.
It's going to be about 5 decent sized rooms, isn't there, in this one?
Yeah. All of them meet the the minimum requirements for the HMO license. Like, if you've got a communal area, the rooms only need to be about 6.5 square meters for a single occupant. But we're looking for co-occupancy and no communal. We have got a communal area, but it's not huge. But for the co-occupancy, where you have like a couple in a room rather than just a single person, you need to have the 10.2 square meters, and all of these rooms sort of are more than big enough for that. So it means that because there's 2 people living there, we can push the rental price up a little bit, just because there's 2 incomes and stuff like that. Makes it more affordable. But yeah, it won't be long before all the en-suites are built and it looks like an actual house by the time all the ceilings have been plasterboarded and stuff. So
what are the figures like on this property then?
So it was on the market for 125 grand. It had a little bit of interest, but no one sort of too serious. I managed to negotiate it, and we purchased it for 90k on behalf of the investor. So we already had a massive saving there. We're looking at around a 45k renovation. Like I said, that's for all the fire alarm, a complete new rewire. We've got the tank system, the heated tank system, new boiler, and then all the plasterboarding and the en-suites and stuff. So we're really sort of trying to get as much as we can for our money. The build team that I've got are doing a phenomenal job. And the GDV is a tricky one to sort of estimate, because there's no comparables in the area, and because it is a 5-bed all en-suite, depending on the lender, you might get a commercial valuation or you might get a hybrid valuation. So normal bricks and mortar valuation, we think it's going to be around the 150 mark. As a hybrid, we're hoping for about 170, 175. And then as a commercial valuation, we're probably looking at close to 200. So if we do get that commercial valuation, it's pretty much going to be all money out.
So if people who want to buy a HMO in Grimsby but don't have the time, experience or anything like that, what do you charge for your project management expertise?
So it varies on project to project, depends on what my involvement is, but usually it's around 10 to 12% of the actual build cost. So the larger project that we're doing, the more amount of money that's required, the sort of like the more my fees go up. But usually it's around 7,500 per project. And then obviously we can source the properties as well for an extra fee. And then on the back end of it, we can stage them and offer a tenant finder's service and manage it at the back end as well. So really, it hands off investors.
Hands free, pretty much,
yeah, completely. Yeah, for about sort of around 12 to 15k, it can be completely hands off, and I take the responsibility for HMO license, build team, all the staging and the furniture and all the tenancies.
So for people who are watching that might be time poor but cash rich, this is quite an attractive model, because they never really have to get to the property. They literally trust you with sourcing a deal, you'll manage a refurb, let the property out to tenants as well.
Yeah, and it's the ROIs are really good on these properties as well. HMOs are always like a super rent strategy. Like this property, for example, is probably going to clean 1,500 quid a month profit. There might be a little bit of money left in the deal if we don't get that commercial valuation, but it's still an asset that you're adding to the portfolio, which is going to grow in years to come anyway. So always recommend the HMOs.
This is the second part of the video. This is going to be a 4-bed to a 6-bed. So for this property then, Martin, what are the figures like for this one?
So the advertised price was 128k. Got it negotiated down and purchased at 110. Refurb's going to be around 90k, which is quite a lot, but the client is looking for a more like high-end finish on this one. And then the GDV on a commercial point of view is about 260-ish.
Sweet. And then what will your fee be for project management side of things?
Project management fee for this was about 10,000. That's for me to organise all the builders, to get building control passed, and to get all the HMO licenses and stuff like that. So it's basically a start to finish process. So you're going to notice throughout the property there are some levels of damp. This is going to get fixed. Obviously we'll chop it out and put all the necessary preventions in there to make sure it doesn't happen again. But all these rooms are 15, 16 square metres, so by the time we put en suites in them, there's still plenty of room to meet HMO requirements and stuff like that.
So for this type of damp then, for people who are watching it who might have damp similar to this, what would be your strategy for rectification for this one?
So the way that we always recommend is, because all of these walls, they're all solid brickwork walls, this is obviously a party wall for next door. So we would chop out all of the damp plus a little bit more, up to about 1.2 metres, take it back to brick, let it dry out a little bit, get dehumidifiers in here and dry it all out. And then we would put a membrane on the wall, and then we would plaster and re-render and finish it, and hopefully that would stop the damp coming back through again. Obviously the whole building is going to be having a whole new central heating system. Again, there is damp throughout the property. It's not as bad as the front room, but it is still something that needs to be accounted for. Again, this is going to be a really nice sized bedroom with an ensuite. All of the waste pipes are going to come in a box-in section down here. Luckily, the drain is just there, so it'll just come straight down into the floor. Obviously, we're going to have to make these fireproof. So these were just service windows, because back in the day this was a dentist. So we're going to have to take all these out, make these fireproof so that it meets rigs and stuff like that. So with this room, this is where we're going to get creative with the floor plan. So a lot of people will think this is brickwork, stud work wall. So this is all going to come out. We're probably going to have to put some kind of reinforcement in here, just because it is quite a large span that we're going to knock through. But then this is going to be a big open plan communal kitchen area. We're going to redesign the kitchen and bring it more into here. But then this area is going to be perfect for having like a little corner sofa, TV on the wall, dining room table. So it's going to be a real usable space, and there's not much that has to be changed to make that happen. So it's like a big gain for a small cost, really. Yeah. The kitchen is in okay condition, but obviously the investor's looking for a high luxury finish. We've got a utility and a toilet out there as well, which we're going to keep. But this is basically just going to be rejigged a little bit, and we're going to put in a higher quality worktop, like nicer kitchen design. And obviously because we're going to knock through that wall, it's going to be more of a straight kitchen unit rather than the L-shaped one. But no, I'm really excited to get this one going. Yeah,
can you quickly break down the 9k refurb?
So, off the top of my head, roughly, we've got about 6.5k for damp. Luckily, there is no cost for rewire because the house has had a relatively new rewire. Fire control system is probably going to be another 6k, so that brings us up to about 12-13 grand. New heating system is probably going to be about another 7k. So that's 20. New kitchen is probably going to be about 7, that's 27. By the time we revamp the utility and the toilet down here, it's probably another 2 or 3 grand. So en suites, we roughly spec them out about 2.5 grand per unit. So we've got 6 of those. That's going to be about sort of 15-16 grand. And then we've got all of the carpets, all the plastering, all the fireboarding. In these buildings, because they are older, you have to fireboard the ceilings because they're between living spaces. So the whole of the downstairs, we're going to have to drop the ceilings and then fireboard them and stuff like that. So that's another £10,000 to get that done. We then have to go through the soundboarding as well. All of the fire doors need replacing. The fire doors are about £450 for a fire door. That's the new frame, the new door, all of the hardware and the ironmongery, and then a guy to install it. So when you've got maybe 8 or 10 fire doors at £450-ish a door, there's probably another sort of 3.5-4 grand there. And then what else? We've got all the carpets, all the paint, all of the staging and the furnishings and stuff like that. It does soon add up when you've got 6 units. If we allow sort of £1,000 per room for furniture, and that's 6 grand. All the windows are luckily really good. There's a few pieces of glazing that we're going to have to change. But yeah, I'm confident that we're going to provide a really, really good asset for 90k. It's going to be it's nice.
Exactly. And then you've got a bit of room contingency as well. And then anything over, anything under 90 goes back to the investor, so he's happy anyway.
Yeah, of course. If we can provide a value where we achieve still a higher luxury finish at 80k, investor gets to keep an extra 10k and he gets the same value out of us. But obviously there is a couple of walls that we're knocking down. Upstairs, when you go upstairs, we're going to rejig the floor plan that way. There's a lot of like waste pipage and new pipe work that we've got to put in to allow for all of the en-suites, because obviously we've got showers, sinks, toilets and towel rails and stuff like that that all need to be provided. So that's all fresh infrastructure that needs to go into the house, which obviously costs money. But yeah, I like to think that 70 or 80k is more than enough. All of these walls from the staircase back are all stud work walls, and again there's going to be certain things that we're going to have to do to support the actual roof, because I don't think we can take all of these out, but most of these are going to get taken down, and we're going to be building rooms with en-suites that back onto each other. So down there where the bathroom is, that's all going to be knocked out and that'll become a bedroom with an en-suite, and we're going to pinch a little bit of each room to then just basically redesign the upstairs. But obviously being upstairs there is no damp, there's a bit of wallpaper and a bit of Artex in, but and a new radiator, but it's very, very low cost really. Like fire door, radiator, carpet and paint, and knock through this wall and build an en-suite. It's probably £5 to get this room up to spec, so it's not bad at all. So with this wall here, this one that just joined into the bedroom that we was, we're going to move that over to sort of around here, and then that will bring us enough room to build the en-suite, and then this room will be an en-suite, and we're going to knock this wall down to then bring that into the bedroom next door. So sort of trying to get creative with the spaces just to maximise efficiency and make sure it all works. But obviously it's quite a good bathroom, it's a shame to rip it out really, it needs a bit of TLC, but it just obviously doesn't do a job as a bathroom anymore, so it's all going to come out. But relatively low cost for a big return in the long run. Again, don't need much work, we just need to build the en-suites and get the actual infrastructure here. I think for this one, the en-suite is going to go here somewhere. So we're going to have a nice big ensuite here. Rest of the room's got plenty of room for your bed and living conditions and stuff like that. Like I said again, big window for natural light and stuff like that. And obviously the windows have got to comply with the fire exits and stuff like that, emergency fire exits. But the actual house, for what we paid for it, it doesn't need loads and loads of work. Most of the work is downstairs. This is just basic HMO stuff, you know, like just en-suites, new heating system, new fire doors. It's just basically refreshing everything that's already there. And then I think this is the biggest room of the house. This one's absolutely huge, so this is going to be the one that rents out the most. And anyone that's ever spent money on good windows, obviously we are on a main road there, but you can't hear a single thing. So when people sort of question how much money you should spend on PVC windows and good glazing, it makes a huge difference. So when people come in here, they have got, like, obviously there's a few takeaways and it is a heavy traffic area, but you can rent out this room knowing that everyone's still going to get a decent night's sleep, and you're not going to have to lower your prices to get the room occupied. So there is a little bit of damp here and there on the front, but it's not anything too much to worry about. It's mainly just all the old wallpaper that's blown off the walls. Again, we're going to build the en-suite in this corner, so all the en-suites always back onto each other, just because it's a lot easier for the pipe work. All the waste tees into each other, all the cold water tees off to each other. So once you've got the actual main bones there, it's just a matter of plasterboard and a bit of timber really, and a bit of electrics. But yeah, the house ain't in bad condition overall really, not for 110 grand.
Thanks for watching today, guys. If you want to get in touch with Martin and follow his journey, or want to invest in these types of properties, how do they get in touch with yourself, Martin? So I have Instagram, which is martinadams_property. I do have a website which people can reach out to me on, which is www.m3pi.co.uk, and my email is martin@m3pi.co.uk. Thanks for watching today, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.